Hi, Eric Lanask here. We are here at ITEXPO in Las Vegas, and I'm talking with Nicole Hayward from OnSip. Nicole, thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
So, one of the exciting things we've got going on this week, or maybe I should say you've got going on here this week, is you're sponsoring the WebRTC Theater in the Pavilion at ITEXPO. Why is WebRTC so exciting, and why do you feel that WebRTC really has so much potential?
Well, there's a lot of answers to that question, but one particular go-to answer is ubiquity. WebRTC makes real-time communications accessible in the browser, so any device that has a browser is now able to run real-time communications. So that's kind of a big step in the world of communications as we know it.
So what does that mean for the business that has traditionally used some kind of an on-premise PBX and desk phones, or more recently some cloud-based PBX, but still with those hard desk phones, and you got to dial a phone number, dial an extension. Mm-hmm. What does that mean for all those users and what they've traditionally done?
That's a great question. So the term that's being used to describe WebRTC today is communications as a feature. It's not a solution in and of itself, WebRTC. It's really something that you can utilize to add features and functionality to your existing services or to new services. So I would say WebRTC to the hosted PBX space and the on-premise PBX space is going to bring some great features, such as one-click video calling and things like that.
Features that are going to help those users and those businesses interact in more efficient ways with their customers.
Definitely. More efficiently, it's going to provide a connection from the user's web experience to their communications experience, which is going to provide a lot of great data that marketers and product developers can use to make their applications better and to sell more. So, yeah.
When you say that developers and marketers can create better applications or enhance their applications, what do you mean?
So are you familiar with Amazon's Mayday?
Sure, absolutely.
So one of the features that we're demoing is it's called InstaCall, and basically what we've done is made Amazon Mayday accessible to all businesses. It's very easy to set up a click-to-call button on your website. It's just a simple script, and when clicked, it produces a video view of the salesperson that you're trying to reach. So in that case scenario, we actually are able to collect data from the caller calling into the queue, like where were they calling from and why were they calling. Lots of different pieces of data that we can collect over time, and we can allow our business customers to collect over time. And you can imagine that that would then provide data to improve their products. So Amazon Mayday, getting back to Amazon Mayday, because that's what I started with. So Amazon Mayday is a tool that Kindle users can use to call in to Amazon salespeople and support people. And so you can imagine that if you are on the product team of Kindle, you can see where the pain points in your application are now, because you can tell where do people tend to click for help. So in that way, the aggregate data over time is going to provide a lot of information for product managers as well as marketers.
So what's the benefit of and who's really going to benefit, I guess, is the question, from the extensibility that you've just created?
Well, I think that all businesses that are providing valuable services and applications are going to benefit.
Does it have to be video? There's certainly video utilization has grown and grown considerably. But there's certainly plenty of people out there who would prefer still to do voice only.
Absolutely, yeah. WebRTC provides just as much for voice as it does for video. The go-to codec is Opus, and it's a high-quality codec. So I think that definitely instant video and instant voice, they should be held with the same respect.
So certainly Amazon's created quite a splash with the Mayday button, no doubt about that. What other areas, what other are there other logical or sort of easy to imagine use cases where WebRTC can have a significant impact very quickly?
Sure. The Amazon Mayday use case is a very familiar one to us because it's just, it's a call center application, basically. But really, when you think about communications as a feature, it's really the ability to embed communications in existing applications that might not be all about communications or just about the real-time communications. One particular application that comes to mind that I talk about a lot is this application by General Devices. They're actually a customer of OnSip. They provide a real-time communications solution for EMS responders, for people who are in an ambulance to communicate with doctors in a hospital in real time and send information about the patient before the patient even gets to the hospital. So, what does their heartbeat look like? What is their, typically if they're like a burn victim, what does that burn look like? And prior to embedding real-time communications, they were kind of using textual data send. And they utilized OnSip to put real-time video calling in their application, so now they can actually show the doctor, here's what the burn victim looks like, and then get advice about where to send them. So I think it has implications in many verticals, definitely not just call centers.
So as a developer, getting started or looking to either build a new application or integrate WebRTC into my existing application, how do I get started around that?
Sure. There are plenty of providers out there. OnSip is one of them that provide a stack for you to get started with, and all you really need is a simple SDK to get started. I would check out OnSip for sure, www.onsip.com. And we actually offer an open source SIP stack for JavaScript developers called SIP.js. Really great, and we decided to open source that so we can provide that to the world.
Fantastic. Nicole, thanks so much for being here on the show.
Thank you.